Namaste, I'm Pang Singing, and today I'll be sharing a current trend and challenge in human resource management, focusing on how AI, particularly tools like Fraudbird, is transforming recruitment. In today's digital hiring landscape, we are seeing a strong shift toward more ethical, transparent, and candidate-centered recruitment practice. One of the most powerful tools driving this change is AI. Tools like Fraudbird represent a move from traditional reactive screening to proactive, AI-driven fraud detection. Unlike older models that rely on keyword matching, Bird-based models offer deep contextual understanding. They can detect scam patterns that even human or older fielders might miss. But this shift is not just about technology. Candidate expectations have also evolved. Today's professional care not only about job titles or salary, but also about autonomy, fairness, and meaningful work. So, modern recruitment system must reflect this value not just to attract talent, but to protect the entire hiring process. However, despite this advance, the adoption of AI tools like Fraudbird remain limited. And this brings us to the key challenge that barriers to deploying AI fraud detection tools, which are slowing down their real-world adoption. To understand why deployment is so limited, let's look at the root causes using this fishbone diagram. First, under technology, Fraudbird requires significant computing powers like GPU or TPUs, which limits real-time use. It can also produce false positives due to rigid patterns, flagging legitimate aids and causing mistrust. Next, HR capability. Many recruiters lack AI literacy. They don't fully understand how the system works or how to interpret the outputs, which leads to resistance or misuse. Cost and infrastructure are big concern too, especially for small-medium enterprise. The high upfront cost of deploying AI system and the unclear return on investment make it hard to justify adoption. Under ethics and governance, many organizations have no internal AI policy. This creates uncertainty, especially if a legitimate job post is wrongly flagged and there is no clear appeals process. The fear of bias and legal exposure makes companies cautious. Candidate trust is also fragile. When scam aids still get through, or worse, real aids get blocked without explanation, it damages platform credibility and discourages engagement. Lastly, process integration. Even if an AI tool is purchased, it often is not embedded in daily recruitment workflows. Without a feedback loop or collaboration between HR and IT, tools like Fraudbird are left underused or isolated. So, how do these issues affect key stakeholders? For job seekers, the impact is direct. Scam aids can still reach them and legitimate jobs may be blocked due to false positives. Without transparency, trust in digital hiring platform declines. For recruiters, they continue spending time on manual screening, and when they don't understand how AI tools work or can't explain the system to candidates, they are less likely to trust or adopt it. Organizations risk having scam posts linked to their brand. In regulated industries like healthcare or finance, failing to detect fraud could lead to legal action. But many companies avoid AI due to cost or lack of internal governance. Platforms like JobStreet or LinkedIn must juggle fraud detection and user experience. If they lean too heavily on AI without proper oversight, they risk false positive and loss of user. And finally, regulators are under pressure to introduce AI policies, but without enough real-world evidence or transparent system in use, policy making remains theoretical. To tackle these barriers, I propose 3 practical recommendations. In the short term, organizations should pilot Fraudbird using cloud service like Google Colab or Microsoft Azure. This helps reduce setup costs and give immediate access to advanced computing. Alongside this, HR teams should receive basic AI training to help them understand how outputs are generated, flagged, and used. For the medium term, develop simple, explainable dashboard that shows why a job is flagged. Using color codes or highlighted phrase, this increases clarity for recruiters. Also, implement a human-in-the-loop system where recruiters can review, approve, or correct AI decision. This action creates a feedback loop that's helped the model learn and improve over time. In the long term, establish internal AI policy aligned with the global standard like the Europe AI Act, which focus on safety, fairness, and transparency. Create a cross-functional AI ethics committee involving HR, IT, and legal to guide decisions and resolve issues. Also, support open source tools to help smaller firms implement AI responsibly. Together, these steps make AI tools like Frogburg more usable, ethical, and sustainable across the hiring ecosystem. To get started, I suggest 2 immediate actions. First, form a cross-functional task force that includes HR, IT, and compliance teams. This group can coordinate pilot testing, interpret AI outputs, and ensure that the tools integrate smoothly into daily workflows without disrupting trust or transparency. Second, run a trust and transparency audit on your current recruitment system. Are job seekers informed when a post is flagged? Can they appeal or give feedback? If not, that gap must be closed to build long-term confidence in AI-driven hiring. These actions don't require heavy investment, but they do set the foundation for more trustworthy and inclusive digital requirement. In closing, AI tools like Frogburg can transform recruitment, but only if we address the real barriers to adoption. With the right people, policy, and practice, we can build safer, fairer, and more transparent hiring system. Thank you.